This Canadian got his start as a Mouseketeer. Now he's an Oscar-nominated actor.
You know you're everything I do. Yeah, baby.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Ryan Gosling performances. For this list, we're taking a look at those performances that show off this actor at his finest and/or most memorable.
I got a question.
Number 10, Jared Venett, The Big Short.
So how many people have you talked to about this trade?
A few. There's definitely some interest.
Despite being a member of an A-list ensemble cast, Gosling delivers a memorable performance in this Oscar-nominated comedy drama about the 2007-2008 financial crisis.
You think we just warehouse it on the books? No, we just repackage it with a bunch of other shit that didn't sell and put it into a CDO.
Serving as a narrator, Venett often explains many of the more complex economic situations in the film using metaphors and occasionally by breaking the fourth wall.
It's important to understand because it's what allowed a housing crisis to become a nationwide economic disaster. Here's world-famous chef Anthony Bourdain to explain.
Gosling managed to take an unforgivably greedy, selfish character and make him genuinely likable with his charismatic and subtly hilarious performance. Gosling also highlighted the real villains of the global economic meltdown, with his transparency and honesty, drawing a sharp contrast to the scheming bankers and white-collar crooks that cheated and then crashed the system.
And then that happens.
What is that?
That's America's housing market. Thank you.
Number 9, Luke Glanton, The Place Beyond the Pines.
I'm still his father. I can give him stuff. I got this for him, just give it to him.
For his second collaboration with director Derek Cianfrance, Gosling is grittier than we've ever seen him, donning ragged clothes and a facial tattoo. After spending time as a traveling motorcycle stuntman, Luke discovers that he has an infant son. He gives up life on the road to provide for the child, because he doesn't want to be like his own father, who was absent for Glanton's childhood.
It's my son and I should be around him. I wasn't around my dad, look the way I turned out.
However, when he finds himself without sufficient funds, it doesn't take long for Luke to turn to a life of crime, and he uses his motorcycle skills to become a bank robber.
Get on your knees, all right? What's your name? Max is my little dog. If I get your money, he's gonna go fetch.
What makes this such an incredible performance is how Gosling manages to portray his character as both admirable and terrifying at the same time. Despite Luke's often violent, harsh nature, Gosling still manages to play a vulnerable man whose main motivation is love.
Boss, you gotta stay. You're gonna fall off this bed.
Number 8, Noah Calhoun, The Notebook.
You wanna dance with me?
Sure.
Without question, this is the role that really pushed Gosling from former child actor to the Hollywood heartthrob he is today. In this tale of two seemingly star-crossed lovers, Gosling elevates the material he's given, turning The Notebook into one of the best love stories of recent times. The film follows Noah over the course of many years, and when we first meet him, he's a young man who quickly falls in love with the beautiful Allie.
That could be fun if you want. Pensive, smart, superstitious, brave, and I could be light on my feet. I could be whatever you want. You just tell me what you want and I'll be that for you.
Although circumstances tear them apart, he never forgets her. This makes their reunion and kiss in the pouring rain that much greater and so unforgettable.
Wasn't over. Still isn't over.
Number 7, Jacob Palmer, Crazy Stupid Love.
The war between the sexes is over, and we won. Okay? We won the second women started doing pole dancing for exercise.
This good-natured and hilarious rom-com sees Gosling playing an arrogant playboy with a kind heart, who also happens to be seeking to fill a void in his life.
I'm wildly unhappy. I'm trying to buy it, and it's not working.
The movie is memorable mainly for Gosling's chemistry with his fellow stars, as he provides some great comedy with Steve Carell, and some really heartwarming romance with Emma Stone.
Do you remember me? Still find me attractive?
Yes.
Still want to take me home?
Yeah.
perhaps just as memorable as his comedic antics or the inspiring love story, is the surprisingly sympathetic and beautiful arc of his character. Oh, and who can forget that six-pack? It's no wonder he was nominated for a Golden Globe for this performance.
Are you the billionaire owner of Apple Computers?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you got no right to wear New Balance sneakers ever.
Number 6. Private Investigator Holland March, The Nice Guys.
This is Dean's house. Amelia's boyfriend, Dean.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
A selfish, people-hating, and somewhat unscrupulous private investigator with a tendency to emit a high-pitched, girlish squeal.
No! Deep breath.
Holland March is unlike any character we'd seen Gosling portray.
That's it. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Despite his shortcomings, March also has a number of admirable qualities that make him a competent PI and a good father, as well as an overall good person, more or less.
It's not common you find such nice people in the world.
Sorry about him. He just wanted to come along. I don't know why, but I'll call you.
Gosling's brilliant comedic timing works perfectly within Shane Black's unique directorial style, and plays wonderfully against Russell Crowe's more serious demeanor in what may be one of the best buddy action comedies of recent years.
You're supposed to be at Jessica's.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. March. My sister kicked us out. She's having a guy over.
Your sister's such a slut.
Yeah, I know.
Number 5. Sebastian Wilder, La La Land. Considering this is a romantic comedy, it's not so surprising that it's a love story at heart. But this isn't just any rom-com. It's also got singing, dancing, and some of Gosling's strongest acting work.
You're fired.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, I see the decorations. Good luck in the new year.
As Sebastian, Gosling really makes us feel for the pianist who is stuck in the past, and is unwilling to come to terms with the fact that jazz is fading into obscurity.
How are you going to be a revolutionary if you're such a traditionalist? You're holding on to the past, but jazz is about the future.
His devotion to the genre reflects his character in a way, because despite his deep desire to be a jazz musician, he just doesn't have the drive or the opportunity to make it happen. It's only when he meets and falls in love with aspiring actress Mia that he's able to find someone who will help him as much as he helps her in attempting to fulfill their dreams.
It's pretty strange that we keep running into each other.
Maybe it means something.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You could just write your own roles, you know, write something that's as interesting as you are.
What are you gonna do?
I have my own club.
Number 4. Lars Lindstrom, Lars and the Real Girl.
Those are nice, huh? They're not real, so they last forever. Isn't that neat?
Although he often plays charismatic or determined characters, Gosling proves how diverse his acting skills are by taking on the role of this painfully awkward recluse.
Come on, Lars, we miss you.
I brought my work home, so I'll get in trouble.
Living in his childhood home's garage, Lars does his best to isolate himself from the rest of the small town, including his older brother and his sister-in-law.
Where did you meet this person?
On the internet?
Yeah, well, everybody's doing that now. That's great.
Lars finally finds someone he wants to get close to when he develops a delusional romantic relationship with a sex doll. Over the course of the film, we discover that Lars's insecurities come from being raised by a father dealing with the depression of Lars's mother dying in childbirth, followed by the quick departure of his brother. Gosling's sincere and heartfelt performance shows a shy man slowly learning to expand his world.
Learned a lot since then. Things are better.
Yeah, but it could still happen, right?
It's highly unlikely.
Number 3. Dan Dunn, Half Nelson.
Second chances are rare, man. You ought to take better advantage of them.
Gosling's bold portrayal of a dark and troubled yet highly talented and caring middle school teacher earned him nearly universal critical acclaim, as well as his first Academy Award nomination.
The sun goes up, and then it comes down. But every time that happens, what do you get? You get a new day.
Dunn has many positive qualities, and his importance to his students cannot be overstated. He often challenges them and tells them the truth with his unconventional teaching style.
In Asia, the idea that things are made of opposites, yin and yang, dates back 3,000 years. Taoism saying change is the only constant. But that just died in the West.
However, he is not without a serious dark side. An unstable coke addict, Dunn is often barely able to get up in the morning and even passes out while coaching a basketball game. As a man seemingly trapped by himself, desperately wanting to change but too afraid to do so, Gosling's Dan Dunn moves us with his attempts to stop future generations from making the same mistakes he did.
All right, so I'm part of the machine, but if I'm part of it, so are you. You are too. We all are.
Number 2, the driver, drive.
Anything happens in that 5 minutes and I'm yours, no matter what. Anything a minute either side of that and you're on your own.
Despite playing a character with no known backstory, few clear motivations, and without even a name, Gosling still manages to deliver an incredibly iconic performance in this neo-noir crime thriller.
Scary.
His stoic portrayal is reminiscent of action stars of another age and conveys a wide range of extreme emotions through a rare subtlety.
When you get your money, his debt's paid. He's out for good. You never go near his family again.
Playing a getaway driver who begins a romance with a woman named Irene, whose husband is in jail, we see a softer and caring side to his character.
I'm not doing anything this weekend. If you want to ride or something.
This comes in stark contrast to the intense performance he gives when a gangster sets up the driver, and he must fiercely defend Irene and her son, adopting a single-minded determination to protect them.
Getting to be around you and Benicio was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Now, if you don't want that dress, take it off.
Sergeant's killing his kid. What could he have done? He could have jumped the guy, gouged his eyes out, grabbed his bayonet, and
They would
gutted
have
him.
shot him on the spot. They would have been dead in 2 seconds.
You want to be president, you can start a war, you can lie, you can cheat, you can bankrupt the country, but you can't f the interns. They'll get you for that.
Number 1, Dean Pereira, Blue Valentine.
Isn't that nice? I found it. Look at that.
With a narrative shifting back and forth between a young couple falling in love and the decay of their relationship years later, this romantic drama sees Gosling give a beautiful and utterly heartbreaking performance.
You said for better or worse. You said that. You said it was a promise.
As a young man, Dean is a deeply caring and emotional underachiever who falls head over heels when he meets a girl he feels a deep connection to.
She just seems different, you know, I don't know.
Hey, how different?
I don't know, I just got a feeling about her.
When the narrative shifts forward, Dean is still an underachiever with a dead-end job and no greater dreams or ambitions. But he manages to be a kind and loving father while holding on to a dying marriage. Dean is a complex and tragic character, with many pros, as well as many character defects. He's also remarkable, relatable, and real.
What does it mean?
Open the door!
What does it mean to be a man?
You're scaring us!
Don't say it! Don't say that stuff!
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite Ryan Gosling performance? For more dreamy top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to Ms. Mojo.